Hi kids, my name's Liam from Corner. I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about shadow boxing. It can be confused for something that kids should be doing. You play fighting with nothing but fresh air. But actually it's a really useful, beneficial tool that boxers have been doing forever and are still doing now. It's the most important, it's probably one of the most important parts of your warm-up as well. So one of the main reasons that we shadow box is we need to be visualizing our opponent. Now, visualization gets talked about quite a lot now in terms of if you can see it, you can believe it, you can achieve it. And that is one of the very most important elements of shadow boxing. So it's something, as you become more advanced in boxing, it will start to make more sense. But for those of you that have felt like you're flailing in the air and it feels a little bit pointless, I'm just going to give you a few tips about the things that you should be focusing on while you're shadow boxing. So most importantly, always with boxing, is your feet, is maintaining this space between your feet. So again, you draw an imaginary line from your front toe, it crosses in between the feet, and your back foot never touches this line, it will become off balance. So making sure your feet are in position all the time. So keeping the knees soft all the time, keeping the elbows tucked in and your chin down all the time. Shadow boxing is a chance always to reiterate and improve upon these elements of boxing. So understanding and knowing that you're in position all the time. So having a mirror is also really beneficial for shadow boxing to practice these things. The other one is your movement, practicing your movement, keeping the space between your feet all the time. As you push forward off the ball or the back foot, you will get feedback as you go on through your shadow boxing that things are starting to feel a little bit more natural. One of the most important things I'd say to you, to not wear out your joints while you're shadow boxing, because you've got no resistance. What can happen a lot of the time is you fully extend the elbow and you'll start wearing away at the ligaments and tendons in your elbow. So while you're throwing the shots, you can just flick them out there. They don't have to be super hard shots, but we're trying to encompass everything that we do in boxing. So the footwork, the pivoting, the head movement, putting the shots together and feeling comfortable. But around a shadow boxing can be as simple as this. So keeping things nice and smooth, using the movement patterns. If you've got a favorite shot that you've been working on, throwing a hook, okay, or throwing this hook, am I pivoting the front foot enough? Am I rotating the waist enough? And feeling what it's like to transfer weight from one foot to the other. Very, 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 very much like dancing can be shadow boxing, but also you can work hard enough during shadow boxing that you'll get your heart rate high enough to get a good sweat on. But what I do say to you is, just in the beginning stages of learning to box, practice your shadow boxing, take your time as you do it, think about what you're doing and try and give yourself some feedback about where your feet are. Video yourself and watch yourself back and have a look at little things that you might be doing. When you're throwing your right cross, you might not be pivoting the back foot enough. So then you can go back and practice that, transferring your weight from foot to foot and just using it as a tool to overall make yourself a better boxer. And then once you've accomplished things like that, you can then take what you've learned from the feedback of that shadow boxing session on to the bag. But the most important thing I'll say to you is don't jar your elbows or your shoulders when you're throwing these shots. Take your time and don't quite fully extend your shots. Play around with it, but focus on some speed and use the feet all the time and keep this head moving all the time. But most important thing is you understand the concepts and that you enjoy your shadow boxing session, but be talking to yourself throughout the whole experience so that you don't just go away from your shadow boxing session and come back to doing the same things you were doing before, like kung fu fighting with fresh air like you did when you were a kid. I hope you found that helpful. Thanks for watching, guys.